And welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English along with Riesa, Pascal. Well, just 1 week left in National Pizza Month, and it's no secret that we here at Daily Flash, we just love our pizza. All right.
Yeah.
Earlier this month, we made a fall-themed pizza with roasted squash, sausage, maple syrup, and fresh sage. Delicious. Today, we're going to make a beautiful zucchini pesto pizza. And here's what you're going to need. First off, obviously, an oven. You want to preheat it up to about 450 degrees. This is also great for, just something light, depending on the size of the crust you want to use. If you want a thick crust like you and I both like, that's fine. But generally, if you want something maybe just for light that goes along with the zucchini, a thin crust pizza is fine. Olive oil, you want extra virgin. I'm not sure how you do that other than go to church a little bit more. You want to get a jar of pesto or maybe even some homemade pesto. You can either get shredded fontina or Asiago cheese. I went with the Asiago cheese here because it has a little bit more of a kind of like
and
a
it's
zing
harder
to
to
it.
Say, probably. That's why.
Just a little bit. Yeah, well, yeah. I always go for the easy ones. And then you want to get a zucchini that's thinly sliced. Now, that comes down to, your choice of what you think thinly sliced might be. Then on top of that, we'll have some grated Parmesan cheese. So all of this is very simple, very easy to use. And the zucchini, keep in mind, you want to get you an average size one because this will pretty much put on top. Think of it kind of like the pepperoni. Put on here. So get you about a zucchini about this size. This is a zucchini squash, which I learned something.
What did you learn?
I learned that zucchini is a squash, but not all squash is a zucchini. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I don't know that I ever thought about the fact that I didn't know it, but...
I always called it just zucchini, but there's a thing called zucchini squash. All right,
look at that.
First thing we start off with, all right, and a lot of times I ask people, like, do they have a brush in the
in their kitchen?
And hardly anybody does. And so I wanted to show you what to use if you don't actually have a brush to put the olive oil around. First off, you want to start off with the olive oil and just kind of go make a little circular. And it looks like you're putting a lot on it, but don't worry. We're going to spread that out. Get your...
so you don't have a brush.
Right, and try to take it out all the way to the edges. You can push down deep on these.
All right.
So you want to make sure, even out to the edges, you want to make sure that you get everything.
All the way out to the edges.
And this olive oil is actually going to make it nice, have a nice brown tint to it, but also give it some of that nice flavor on top of it.
Look at that, it looks good.
Isn't that great? All right, then we follow that with a little bit of the pesto. Now you can get you pesto. Liza, she actually made her own pesto, but we got this store-bought. And this is, think of this as kind of like your sauce that you put on top of a pizza. You can put it in the middle here, and I'll show you a little trick here. I go a little bit more generous to that because we're going to take it all the way out because we're going to need a lot of pesto.
All about generosity.
There you go.
Show me your trick.
Whenever you do, just think of sauce. Always start off, hold your spoon about like this level, and get the bigger spoon, the better, and just kind of go out in circular motions. And keeping the spoon nice and level will actually get a nice thin.
I see what you mean about being generous.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? It could go all the way out. So go ahead and pour some more on there.
Now, is that trick from your pizza shop
days?
Yes.
Yes, my parents' pizza restaurant. They taught me all kinds of stuff when it comes to the pizza. But keeping that spin, even if you had like a wooden spoon, that's actually going to help you out as well.
Just going in that circular motion.
Just keep it a circular motion the entire. Because what happens is if you're holding it like this, you're going to get big puddles and then ridges and deeps, valleys of sauce, and then that way when you actually put it on. It's actually not going to go everywhere. All right, see how it goes there? Now, get some of that. Now, we're going to put some of that Asiago cheese on top of it. And be very generous with that as well. Just sprinkle it. And you notice a lot of times you can either get it shredded or you can actually just get it kind of grate it together like that.
Yeah, I noticed they're like pretty big chunks. You want to keep them big chunks, or?
It's going to melt. Asiago cheese melts pretty evenly already, but this will complement the Parmesan that we're going to have, as well as the zucchini.
Oh, the cheeses.
There you go. You're doing great.
Just do a little more on this side.
All right, now I can show you here. This came from about one large zucchini to give you an idea of how much they are, and we kind of went thick slice with them. So grab these. Kind of think of this as kind of like your pepperoni. What's fun about this is having kids do this, and you tell them stuff like this. Now, this is kind of like the pepperoni, and then they are more apt to like, oh, okay, and they want to try it.
Ew, veggies.
Yeah, and you put it on top, and they have no idea. Then you want to go with another round.
Another layer, okay.
Oh, actually, of Parmesan. We want to throw some Parmesan on top of this.
Let's do that.
And again, you can just So the higher you get, the further out you get to go. There you go.
Oh, that makes me feel more legit too when I do it really high up.
You can do it like that.
Can I do a little Salt Bay action?
Yeah, Salt Bay guy. There you go. Very nice. Get it all the way around. And we're gonna now. When you notice, we have some spaces in here. That's okay because we're gonna put another
layer.
Another layer.
Can't have
not
too
as
much
many
zucchini,
though.
apparently.
Not as much as we did before. All right. All right, and then you can put on some more harm there of that. Even some more Asiago.
Now, do you recommend any other cheese or?
Yeah, well, the Fontino is good in replacement for the Asiago.
Okay.
But Parmesan, and don't get the kind of stuff like you get in that green shaking thing when it comes to Parmesan.
Oh,
the grated
it's
kind.
That's not.
You don't want that. All right. Once you have that in there, you have your oven heated up to about 450 degrees. You keep it in and keep your eye on it, especially if you're going to use the thin crust pizza because
just because it will cook a lot faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you can either cook it with some parchment paper underneath it, or not. It's usually better to use if you like a crispier crust. You'll want to use a screen. Look at this thing right here, right? Did that turn out great or what? Look how beautiful the colors are.
That might be the best looking pizza we've made on Daily Flash.
There we go. All right.
All right.
Here we go. And then we'll put up one more.
So again, you can use a thicker crust if you prefer that over the thin crust.
Right, and again, you just got to keep your eye on the fact that you're going to.
Yo, you guys, I don't know if you can see, but it is steaming. It's like super hot.
All right, here we go.
It's looking good.
We need a. There we go. There's yours, and here is mine. And again,
does this count as my veggie intake for the day?
You can call this as your veggie. And you know the kids, if they eat it, they're going to enjoy it. Also, you want to see the brown. I'm not sure if you can see the bottom of that. That's about as brown as you want to get it. Maybe even lighter than that. Just
Shall we? Cheers.
But still, cheers. And you know what's great is if you have some more olive oil, kind of drizzle it on top. It's going to give you, if you especially love your olive oil taste.
Wow.
And you notice that your cucumbers got nice and soft too, so they're not going to be real crunchy. Again, it's a good stuff. Now we can't eat pizza again until next year's pizza month.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You know that ain't gonna happen.
Maybe we'll do it when they're not looking.
All right, that's definitely gonna do it. All right, we got more Daily Flash. Bon appetit. Stick around. Don't go anywhere.